Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today's video is going to be a what's for dinner video. You guys requested this last week and wanted me to share with you guys what we are going to make for dinner this week and give you guys some dinner ideas. And I have 4 recipes for you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so for our first meal of this week, we are making chicken parmesan with garlic bread and roasted green beans. You're going to need, of course, some chicken, your pasta of choice, some Italian breadcrumbs, specifically 1 cup, and then for your seasoning, you're going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, salt and pepper, 2 eggs, and however much spaghetti sauce you guys will like. We did around 2 cups. And then you're going to need some mozzarella and also half a cup of grated Parmesan. Alright, so the first thing that you guys are going to do is you're going to whisk your 2 eggs together. And I know I said grated Parmesan, but you could also use shredded Parmesan. That's what I'm also going to be using. So in my other bowl, and I also got a little shell in the eggs and decided to keep it in there because I feel like every time I see other people making cooking videos, I'm like, there's no way that this is completely perfect. So I had to leave that in there for you guys. So 2 eggs, whisk those together, and then in a separate bowl, you're going to take your breadcrumbs, your 1 cup of breadcrumbs, and also your half a cup of grated or shredded Parmesan, and your teaspoon of garlic powder. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to coat your chicken breast with your egg mixture. I forgot to mention that you can also put the salt and pepper in there, and you're just going to completely coat it and then put it into your Italian breadcrumbs. Make sure you coat it really well, and you're just going to repeat that for your remaining chicken breast. So you're going to preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're going to cook these in 15-minute intervals. So a total of 30 minutes, or I guess depending also on the thickness of your chicken breast. So first you cook it at 15 minutes, and then you're going to flip them halfway through. You guys will see that. And cook it for another 15 minutes. And now I am just prepping my green beans. I'm gonna make some roasted green beans. It's a really easy recipe and one of our go-to sides or vegetable sides. So I'm just taking some fresh green beans. I put some avocado oil on them, season them with salt and pepper, as well as garlic powder. And you can put this in the oven anywhere between 400 to 425 degrees. Since it was already at 425 degrees, you can just eyeball it anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to let it cook. So meanwhile, of course, you're gonna go ahead and make your pasta of choice and also heat up your pasta sauce. Now, after the chicken is done, after the second time of cooking for 15 minutes, you're going to spoon some of the spaghetti sauce on your chicken and then add your shredded cheese after that and put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes. So after the 5 minutes, as you guys can see, the cheese is all melted and now you're ready to assemble your chicken parmesan. We just put spaghetti down first and I usually put some spaghetti sauce on top of that, add my chicken, and then of course, like I said, our sides for tonight is green beans and garlic bread.
Alright you guys, so we're taking the easy route tonight. We're doing a homemade pizza. Now we got the Chef Boyardee pizza crust. So we're going to throw some pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, banana peppers, and jalapenos for Brittany on her side.
Can you just do one with pepperoni on me?
I got it. Just
you guys
for
can help make it too.
So this is like a fairly quick and easy, and what I'm going to do is just combine all of it and just make one big pizza. Hopefully that works out. If not, DoorDash is always available. I come up with this idea. It was like, hey, let's just get one of these like pizza mixes and we'll try it out. Yeah, so the dough and the sauce come in it, and the only thing you have to do is just mix everything up and put the sauce on it. Now they do make one with like little baby pepperonis in it.
I've been like on a spicy kick for like ever. I'm just like a spicy kind of person anyway. So we're gonna make like a little section for me to put some jalapenos and banana peppers on. But then the kids are gonna help decorate the pizza. So first things first.
First things first is we've got to
Make the dough.
mix all this together. You do 1 1/3 cups of very warm water, and then you mix it, and then you have to do 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil and let it sit for 5 minutes.
And the dough
And then you just put it out on your pan, put all your toppings on.
The dough smells good.
So
It's very easy.
simple.
So just follow everything on the back of the box if you take the easy route like us. We are doing a low country boil. Again, for the second time. This is Frank's recipe. Well, I think this is like a standard recipe, but this is your thing.
This is my, I like
your cooking to do.
This is like one of my favorite meals. Old Bay seasoning, beer, lemons, oranges, corn, andouille sausage. We're doing like a Cajun style. It's like really spicy. 2 sweet onions, garlic, and potatoes.
And shrimp. Definitely need
like
the shrimp.
3 pounds of shrimp.
Yeah, that we're obviously making it for a lot of people. You probably won't need this much
is for
food.
Like 8 large servings. I used red potatoes last
potatoes,
time, but I got white potatoes this time because they're a little bit softer.
Lemons, garlic, onions, sausage. It's actually pretty simple. Some corn, shrimp, and the only seasoning that we're going to be using is Old Bay.
Beer?
Well, and beer.
And Old Bay.
Does it matter what kind of beer?
No, it actually doesn't matter what kind of beer, but I just use cheap beer. So. And salt.
Oh, and I think another key thing that you will need is a big
nice
pot.
So first, you want to add Old Bay and your beer and salt. I think it's like 3 tablespoons of salt.
How much is that?
It's supposed to be half a cup, but we like doing it a little extra spicy, so this is like a cup.
Extra spicy for sure.
And y'all can make this as least spicy as you want or more. It's like a cup for us is enough. Oh, and when you're cooking this, if you're making it like twice, if you're doing one and then one after the other, if you add more spices to it, it basically doubles the recipe. So one step I forgot, you can add oranges and lemons to this and it changes the pH a little bit, so it makes it a little bit better. Alright guys, so what we ended up doing here was prepping our potatoes for this meal. Now you will have to do these in quarter. Now that makes sure that the potatoes get cooked all the way through, because I feel like this meal is kind of like a fast one, so you want to make sure that your water is boiling when you put these in, and you also want to make sure that they get cooked, otherwise they're just going to be crunchy potatoes. Now for the corn, what I ended up doing was just cutting all of these in half. This was very simple and an absolute must do for this recipe. So as you guys seen in the previous clips, there was just a couple garlic cloves and then the water really started churning, so I asked Brittany to go ahead and get this onion cut up into wedges, and that way we can have just like a little extra sweetness added into this meal. Alright guys, so the way you are going to cook this meal, you're going to add your potatoes first, then you're going to add your onions, followed by your garlic, and then what you want to do is you want to add your sausage, your corn, and lastly your shrimp. For serving your low country boil, what you want to do is you want to strain out most of the water, and then what you can do, and what we like to do, is take a baking sheet and then just cover it entirely with your low country boil, and it's just amazing, you guys. I can't really explain to you until you try it, but it's delicious.
Alright guys, so for our last dinner meal this week, we're gonna make a creamy garlic pasta. Well, it's called creamy garlic penne pasta, but instead we're gonna be using some ziti. It almost kind of reminds me of Alfredo chicken. We're gonna make chicken as well, so kind of like a chicken Alfredo. So you can either do this with chicken or without. It's totally your preference, but I'll go ahead and show you guys everything that you'll need. So you're gonna need half a cup of grated Parmesan, some pasta, whatever pasta you guys want to use, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of parsley flakes, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 cup of chicken broth, 1 cup of milk, and then we're also going to, so this is going to be for the pasta. I'm going to make the sauce in here, and then we're also going to have some steamed broccoli and some garlic bread. I also forgot to mention that you're going to need salt and pepper. So we're going to first melt our 3 tablespoons of butter. Alright, so now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of mixed garlic. Mixed? I meant to say minced. Alright, so now we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of the flour. And then just cook for another minute. Alright, so now we're gonna do 1 cup of milk. And then our 1 cup of broth, and I'm just gonna keep stirring until it boils up again and thickens up. So now that it's thickened up, you're gonna add your half a cup of grated Parmesan, and then 2 teaspoons of parsley, and then salt and pepper to taste. So it's very similar to like a chicken Alfredo or an Alfredo sauce. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap it up for our last meal of the week. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you would like to see more of these dinner meal videos or what's for dinner videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys, and we will see you in our next one. Bye guys.